Smith & Wesson SD9VE. Let's take a closer look at this. Smith & Wesson has been around for well over 100 years. They have made a name for themselves of making high quality craftsmanship firearms, and they've also made a name for us blue collar guys. Smith & Wesson has been making the Sigma series for a very long time. It got a bad name due to the trigger. This is an improvement over that line. Although the trigger does need some work, they've kept us in mind with this firearm. This is a firearm that the new entry-level guy can afford, and although it has a bad trigger, you know, it's not lacking the quality and craftsmanship of some of the other guns in the category, price category, with this gun. So this is a gun that, you know, somebody can afford to actually get into the gun game and be a good entry-level beginner gun, and then they can grow from there. I think it's great that Smith & Wesson keeps us blue-collar guys in mind when making their firearms, and just letting the new guys have a good gun to be able to start out with, and a gun that you could trust your life with. And quite honestly, guys, this is a gun, I put this gun into the go to war. So let's keep going with this review, and I hope you guys enjoy the video. And if you've made it this far, please hit that thumbs up, please subscribe and share and add to favorites. All right, so here we go. Let's get started with this. I'm not going to do the typical, you know, size, dimensions, trigger pull, all that kind of stuff, just because I'm a little late to the game getting this review out, and there's tons of other excellent videos out there on YouTube. And yeah, I'm just not going to bore you with the same old things. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go down a pro and a con list, and then things I would like to see improved. Just to kind of give you my take on this firearm. So the first pro that's going to come in is going to be price. But before we do that, let's do a danger check. Your gun is dangerous, and magazines are empty. You can see the followers. First pro comes in is going to be price. Right now at my location where I'm currently working, these firearms are coming in at $339.99, which is an excellent price for a gun of this stature and this quality. This is with reliability and just the way the gun's put together and the way it's machined. You know, this is, in my opinion, this is a go war pistol. So that's a plus. Also with the gun, which ships, is 2 steel 16 round magazines, which seem to be of excellent quality, which is nothing unusual coming from Smith. So that's excellent, right? We get two magazines. Most guns in this category only ship with 1, so that's a good thing. Another plus that I really like about this gun is these what they call memory pads. This gives the shooter a way to train and to always remember to put that finger there. But one of the things I really like is it gives me a place to actually put my thumb when I'm shooting. So I like that. Also, the ergonomics on this gun. The ergonomics on this gun is, for being this price, it actually feels really well. And then when I put this gun into a lot of people's hands, that's one of the first things that they say is that the ergonomics, just, I think it's the roundness. It don't feel like like a Glock. I'm used to it, but for some people that's new. You put a Glock in their hands and it's the squareness. They don't like it. So they did really well with the ergonomics. Now the ergonomics aren't perfect. Like, I like this grip texturing here. If it was a little more aggressive. Also, they could have put it on the front and on the back strap area. That would have been a plus. Also, if they would have put a little higher undercut under the trigger guard to get you a higher purchase. But I like the rounded trigger guard. I like the fact that they block the magazine release button, and I don't have to switch my grip to actually hit this like on some guns. So they did really well with that. Also, I do actually kind of like I know a lot of people has complained about the cheap sheet metal slide catch. I like it. I like it because it's not there, basically, and that's what I like about it. Accessory rail. So this gun comes with it has an accessory rail attached to it, so you can attach such things as like this little cheap laser here that actually goes with the gun. This gun is not mine. It's actually a donor gun again. So that you got an accessory rail, so you can choose to use it or lose it. But at least you have the option there. Also, one of the things I really like too is the slide serrations. So let me see if I can get you a good look at these. Okay, so the slide serrations are actually cut pretty deep. The front ones, I don't really care that they're there or not. But one of the things I like is that these are spaced out, and because I do over the hand manipulations with the slide, and they're cut perfectly to actually get fingers in there. So that was pretty well thought out for this gun, especially coming in at the price that it is. So let's see. That's basically it basically goes down the pro list. Also, I'd like to for those of you that have never seen one of these up close, for this gun coming in at $330, when you look at the inside of this gun, I mean, you would never, they did not they didn't cut corners. This gun, it is well machined out. You're not going to see any machine marks or any rough edges or burrs or anything of that nature. Some wear marks where this thing's been shot. But you don't see any rough edges. Nothing out of the ordinary. And the same goes for the frame. There's nothing that stands out to me that says this is cheap or this is going to be a problem. Okay, so let's get into the con. The con list is very short. I think we all know what the first one's going to be on this gun. So we're just going to talk about the elephant in the room right now and just get it over with. And that is this trigger. Guys, this trigger, it's bad. I mean, there's no getting around it, and I'm not going to sit and say, I've seen some videos where guys, they basically defend it and say, well, it's manageable, it's doable. Yeah, but we shouldn't have to. I mean, seriously. This one's been polished out by me, and so there's no grit in it. I mean, it feels really well now. Before, it felt like a cap gun trigger. You could just feel the plastic in it. It was just really, really, really bad. So I got it smoothed out. Now this could really use the apex. So that's always an option for you. You're going to want to polish it, but then you're also going to want to do the apex. And then also another recommendation that I have is the Galloway recoil spring, stainless steel rod and recoil spring. And with the 9mm you can go up to a 20, and with the 40 you can go up to a 22. The only other two cons that I have, which is just really nitpicking, these takedown levers here, they are really small, and they're flush to the frame, and sometimes they can be a pain to get a hold of. But the upside to that is this is a Glock part, so you can actually order the extended ones for a Glock, and they'll just drop right in here. The only other complaint that I have is the cheap plastic, and the grip serrations, or the grip texturing. I'd like to see that, a little different. So, things I would like to see done to this firearm. The main thing I would like to really see done to this firearm is I would like to see it cut down to a compact, and I would like to see the trigger improved. I would like to see this cheap texture or this cheap plasticky feel go away. And also, I don't understand why how much money it's really saving them by putting this cheap rear sight in here when it's already dovetail cut for the M&P. So I don't understand why we can't put an M&P rear sight in here from the factory, so that the customer don't have to buy it. Because I'm telling you, generally speaking, majority of the people that find out about that, they replace that out with the M&P. So if there's anybody at Smith that's just so happen to be watching my videos, very unlikely, but if you are, let's at least go with priorities. Let's get this thing cut down to a compact, okay, to a more carryable gun. I would sell more of them. And I would actually push these a little bit more, due to the fact of it's a carry model, and in this price point, generally speaking, we're looking at a Sky or a Taurus or Keltec or something of that nature. That is, it's a gamble. It's a 50-50 chance that you're going to get a good one or you're going to get a bad one. Whereas with these, I had one. I had a lot of rounds through it. I know a lot of people have had a lot of rounds through it, and everybody that buys one typically is pretty happy with them, except trigger and size. So, I know Smith & Wesson is excellent at listening to their customers. That's why we have the new, the new Shield in 45, and it comes right out factory with or without a safety. They did change the Shield with or without safeties, the 9 and the 40. So Smith & Wesson is known for listening to their customers. So come on, Smith, let's get it together. And this trigger has got to go. It's got to go, man. Seriously. Back when this gun was an SD or SWVE, and y'all was trying to get, the police contracts and stuff, and you thought you would be slick, and the New York Police Department, a lot of police departments coming right out of the revolver world,
was scared of Glocks because of the trigger on them. So you thought, well, make a Glock, generally put a revolver trigger in it, and boom, there you go, perfect. Well, that was then, man. That was like over 20 years ago. All right. Ain't nobody scared of a Glock trigger no more. And nobody's looking for this. Okay, so get that out of there, man. Let's just get it out of there. I'm sure you can come up with some kind of price-driven, sear assembly and firing pin or whatever it is that you got to do. That's not going to jack the price up, but that's got to go. It's got to go, man. That's accuracy. This is a self-defense gun, right? Well, we all know trigger really, really affects your accuracy. And when is it the most important time to be accurate? In a self-defense situation. So, that's it. Let's get this thing on out to the range, and let's put some rounds through it, and we'll test the accuracy on it. And I'm gonna really, 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 really try on the accuracy department and just see what I can't do. I'm not expecting to build 4-leaf clovers, but we'll see what we can't come up with. So, here we go. I want to thank you guys for supporting the channel and hitting that thumbs up. Everything you guys do to help support this channel goes back into the channel, if you catch my drift. So if you like the videos and you like the content that you see, please hit that thumbs up. And it's a real simple way that is cost efficient for you. You don't have to actually send any money or do anything. Just hit that thumbs up and like, subscribe, and share. Like always, thanks guys. Well, this is the final thoughts part. Basically, I'm just going to kind of give you my overall thoughts on this gun. And I've got a lot of rounds put through this gun, not only just today. This is a loaner gun, and I want to thank my buddy of mine that let me borrow this gun for the reviewing. I had one prior to this that I had a lot of rounds through. I had the Apex full kit, well worth the money. Had the Galloway Precision. I beat the holy hell out of that gun, and it never missed a beat, man. It was scratched up, dinged up, got dragged through the dirt. This was all back before
I really was into the YouTube thing, and I didn't film a lot of things. Unfortunately, this isn't my gun, so I cannot do those things for you. Not unless I plan on buying the gun, which I don't. Not because it's not a good gun. It's just right now I don't have it. So final thoughts on the gun. Yes, I mean, the gun performed like it was supposed to. It never skipped a beat. I found that the trigger, it's worse when you're dry firing it at the house than it is when you're actually when you got a bullet behind the striker. It's different. It's hard to explain, but it is different when you're actually out here doing live firing. And I also found with the trigger that the keep it simple stupid process basically applies to this trigger. The more you think about it and the more you trigger press and stage and breathe and all that, the harder it is. If you just grab your front sight, make sure your target's behind that, squeeze to the rear, you're going to hit, or you're going to be really close within combat accuracy, and that's what this firearm is designed to do. So I think Smith & Wesson, they delivered with this firearm. And you know, like I said in my tabletop though, I would like to see this in a compact. Even if the trigger wasn't improved and the trigger stayed the same, I still think that the compact would be a great addition to the SD line of pistols. But I do think that they need to get with Apex and just have it come right out of the factory with the Apex in there, put in there by you know, the Smith & Wesson guys, so that way we know, you know, everything's legit, it's been tested before sent out to you. That way you don't have to mess with it, and you know, it's packed behind, it's backed by the warranty of Smith & Wesson. So like always, guys, I really do appreciate your support and everything you guys do for this channel. If it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be able to keep going with this. But by you guys, you know, subscribing to the channel and liking and all that stuff, and I'm going to try to keep getting content out to you guys. It's just a little hard when I got a schedule and I got life and kids and school and all the other stuff that I try to that we got to do in life. So I try to make it down here. I'm going to try and at least do one a week or one a month. So definitely subscribe so you can be, you know, you get your emails and stuff when I upload. And I'm trying to grow the channel, man. I'm trying to edit and get you guys good content, good audio like you guys asked. I got the microphone, and I got some other things coming, and some more things on the list of you know, technology and advancements to try to grow this channel, and you guys are able to see it grow. And like always, man, I appreciate it, and you know, I want to encourage you to be performance driven in life and accept nothing but greatness, because you're worth it. But don't just stop right now. I got something cool at the very end. Thanks, guys.